But Emery, how do you feel about this suit and Joseph Quinn playing this iconic character named Johnny Storm?
I don't mind him playing
Really?
Storm.
I have some concerns.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a particular he's gonna do bad, he's gonna do good. The suit's weird for me, but I know it's supposed to not be from this time, or it's supposed to. It definitely reminds me of the cartoons.
But we also got to see another trailer for Captain America: Brave New World, and at the end we got to see Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. How do you feel that almost an 80-year-old is going to be playing a supervillain that is the red version of the Hulk?
Please tell me that's not actually what he's going to look like when they're finished.
He's going to look like that.
Like that's the quality? Okay.
All right, guys, so thank you so much for joining us on this part 2. This week, we are going to be talking about Marvel D23 news. I am so excited to get into it. Marvel's kind of been in a slump, would you say?
For sure.
For sure? Yeah, and this panel kind of gave me hope for the future. Not 100%, but a little bit more. Now that we're getting Robert Downey Jr. back, but we're also getting more news that they revealed at the Disney, basically, Comic-Con. And this is going to be a blast because I am so excited to see your reaction of the films and cartoons that are going to be coming out. The first TV show that we got to see was the Ironheart TV show. How do you feel that Ironheart's getting her own show?
I don't know. I mean, she's not like a character that I like. Oh my goodness, I love Ironheart. I mean, I don't dislike her. I don't really think in the cartoons that I've seen, she seems like a fun character. She's brainy, and her AI is Tony, which I love. I hope they bring that.
I don't know if they'll do that.
Oh, right, because he's going to be the other guy.
Yeah, Dr. Doom. Yeah.
But, yeah, so I don't know. I have a teacher who, loves Marvel, and he really didn't like how they, I don't know if it was how they brought her in or just, that she didn't, I don't know. He just said he didn't like the way that she was in Black Panther.
Really?
Or how they did her in Black Panther.
I kind of think it was a little forced. Black Panther Wakanda Forever was her first appearance.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a stamp of any other thing.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. The film kind of gives off, it's she gets kicked out of, spoiler alert, I guess. She gets kicked out of MIT. And she needs money to build her Iron Man suit because Shuri says you have to leave it on Wakanda. So I feel like that's definitely interesting. So she meets this guy that does magic. And so he says, join me in my heist gang and we'll go break into tech labs. So every episode's going to be, like a heist kind of comedy, but also action. And they're going to break into places kind of like Italian Jobs or Ocean 11 to get tech for her suit. But then at the end, you find out it's going to be a magic versus technology because he's an evil magic guy. So I'm not sure with the magic and technology. I mean, they try to do that in Smallville with Alien versus magic, and they even say creators were like, we are not good at this, and I don't know if anyone else is. So I don't know if anyone else could do good at tech versus magic. I mean, I don't know. I think it's very risky for a character not a lot of people really care about.
Yeah. No, when you said magic, I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just that doesn't fit. That doesn't seem to be anything that she does. Maybe I just don't know the right storylines, but that doesn't seem to be what she gets involved in. And I mean, the heist part sounds cool because I love heist movies. I love Oceans. No, you're good. Oceans and, like you said, Italian Job. I love that stuff, but I just don't know if it would work well with her.
We also got the announcement that Daredevil Born Again, we got to see the trailer for that, but also the plot synopsis. They're going to be bringing back Frank Castle. They're going to be bringing back the actual Kingpin. They're also going to introduce the White Tiger. You remember that show Ultimate Spider-Man, the White Tiger lady? It's going to be her dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she was, involved in Daredevil stuff.
Yeah. And this.
Wait, so what are they gonna do? Is the guy who played Kingpin in the original ones going to be Kingpin in this new one?
Yeah.
What happened to the other Kingpin?
What do you mean the other Kingpin?
In Daredevil. Is this a completely different universe?
The Daredevil from the Netflix show.
Yeah, the one that was in, like...
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Oh, I thought you meant the original Kingpin.
The black guy?
Yeah.
He died.
Oh.
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
Bringing the depressing
I didn't
mood down.
know that.
My goodness.
I'm sorry.
It's like, let's just talk about dead people.
I'm
you know?
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, the plot of Daredevil Born Again is going to be about Daredevil and Kingpin teaming up because there is a serial killer on the loose. So they have to wrap it up and try to save people and protect everybody. And they said they're going to have multiple versions of the Daredevil suit, which is going to be pretty cool. So yeah, and if you're into that kind of stuff,
Is this going to be violent still?
It's going to be violent. Okay. Yeah, sadly. You know, I'm a huge, I love, Daredevil. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a huge Daredevil guy, but I love Daredevil and that kind of his world stuff. Like, I love the Ben Affleck Daredevil, and I love his storyline about a blind guy being a superhero. But, I mean, TVMA, like, there are kids that love Daredevil, and they're not going to be able to watch that. I mean, that's kind of sad, but, it's money, so whatever. But we also got to see another trailer for Captain America Brave New World, and at the end we got to see Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. How do you feel that almost an 80-year-old is going to be playing a supervillain that is the red version of the Hulk?
Please tell me that's not actually what he's going to look like when they're finished.
He's going to look like that.
Like that's the quality?
Well, this is a photo I took off of the Comic-Con.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you, you're not very pleased with
No.
this. Why are you not? Why are you not pleased?
I don't... Has Red Hulk always been with Captain America?
Yeah. I mean, not always been with Captain America, but sometimes he's been with Captain America. He's more of a Hulk villain. I feel like this Sam Wilson, he doesn't really have a lot of. He doesn't have an arch nemesis. So like, we'll just give you one of Hulk's. So I feel like that is kind of like a cop out. But
Also, he doesn't have super soldier serum to fight a dude like that.
Yeah, but Matt with two T's we had on the very first episode of the YouTube channel. He said that he likes Falcon because he doesn't have the Winter Soldier because he can relate to him.
No.
You're nodding. Whoa. Well, maybe we should have like a debate on the pod. No.
Me and Matt?
Yeah, if Captain America, if Sam Wilson deserves the shield.
Oh, I'm not getting into that. We're not doing that. No, I'm not super thrilled about this movie. I'm not particularly wanting to see this movie.
Yeah. Wow. We also got to see photos of Sam Wilson. He's going to get his own sidekick called the Falcon. He's going to take his mantle. And I think this will be interesting. They said there's going to have a lot of, fight scenes. They said they're going to have a Top Gun Maverick inspired fight scene. And I think that'll be really cool because they're both flying movies. And so I think
both Falcon and then the new Falcon are flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to be called Falcon and not fly? And then Captain America fly?
Captain America doesn't fly.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's definitely interesting, and I think, it's very debatable. What's your excitement level on this? Because your face throughout this whole segment has been very, unpleased.
I would say like a 4.
Wow.
I'm not really happy.
I'm curious because it looks like a espionage spy thriller.
Which I love those movies.
So maybe you'll like this.
I loved Winter Soldier because it was like that, but I just no.
No. We also got to see the very first look at Johnny Storm and his Human Torch suit. I think this is super interesting, and this might be their suits for the rest of the cast. But, Emery, how do you feel about this suit and Joseph Quinn playing this iconic character named Johnny Storm?
He's
AKA
American still,
the
right?
Human Torch.
He's not.
Yeah, he'll be American in this film.
So I don't mind him playing
Really?
Storm.
I have some concerns.
Oh, okay. I know that he's in Stranger Things, but I didn't watch him, and I was just so clean slate for me. I have no idea what he does. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a particular he's gonna do bad, he's gonna do good. The suit's weird for me, but I know it's supposed to not be from this time, or it's supposed to. It definitely reminds me of the cartoons. think it's funny how everybody else is in normal clothes and he's just sitting there staring at the camera.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think it's interesting because, I've seen a lot of, like, people say that this is a downgrade. Like, when this photo was first revealed, a lot of people were making YouTube videos that were, like, talk about a downgrade. And if you do look at Chris Evans' Johnny Storm suit, it does look better. Mm-hmm. But then you jump to this one, and you're like, that does kind of look like a homeschooler made it. But I do think that this will be a fun film. I'm very excited for it. But it's set in a different time period.
I think they're trying to be lighter too. Like Chris Evans, Johnny Storm, his whole suit, like their whole thing was that it was a darker type of like blue. I think they're trying to be lighter with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I do think they are trying to go a little lighter with it because in their time period, which is set in like a '60s futuristic world, that I mean back then it was lighter. Everything was lighter. So I think that's definitely interesting. How do you feel about Joseph Quinn playing Human Torch?
I don't care really.
Either
way.
I do kind of care. I'm friends, with another podcast called The Overstuffed Backpack. My friend Ethan, and he was like, "Yeah, he's perfect for this role." And I was like,
because the only thing I've known him in is playing that guy. Eddie? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's not Johnny Storm in my head. So I don't know where he would have.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't think so, dude. And he's like, well, if you've seen clips from Stranger Things, like, And I was like, I have seen clips from Stranger Things, and, like, I think he's giving off more Joker Riddler vibes. More Riddler vibes. Like, I would cast him as Riddler, but as Human Torch, like, I would cast Joe Keery, Steve from Stranger Things, as the Human Torch, not this weird Eddie guy. I mean, he doesn't give off, even in the trailer we saw that was released at San Diego Comic-Con and D23. He gives off this like shy boy energy when Johnny Storm is supposed to be like,
Johnny's cocky.
He's cocky. He's dated every girl on the block, He's not supposed to be like, I'm a shy little boy, And that's what the actor is in the actor in real life. He kind of does play this, in real life. He's kind of not shy, but he's professional. And I feel like Chris Evans can be professional, but he knew when to like turn on the charm and be a little edgy, you could say. And I'm not getting this from this Joseph Quinn guy, but Joe Keery has played that. He played Steve Harrigan the first 2 seasons. He was a playboy, and I feel like that was, kind of. I think I don't know if this was great casting. So comment down below if you think that was great casting, because I don't. But we also got some Marvel animation news. They said that every cartoon will have its own animation style. So X-Men 97 will not be like the What If Season 3 or Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And I think it's definitely interesting, and I like that because it's different worlds, and different worlds have different animation styles. We also got the news that Eyes of Wakanda is an animated series that develops and dives into Wakandan history. So this
Eyes of Wakanda?
Yeah, this will kind of be Wakanda and their history book of everything. How do you feel about that?
It's a show?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like them like telling a story and then it comes to life, or is it just like
I don't know.
We're starting from there?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm necessarily like opposed to it, but like we kind of know somewhat of the background. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely interesting. They released a ton of hints. They said that Iron Fist will appear in this show. A version
Is he gonna be like
of
from
Iron
South
Fist.
Africa or something?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because I don't know, but I think Iron Fist is cool. Like ever since I saw Ultimate Spider-Man, I kind of like the character. I think his suit's dope, and hopefully we get a spin-off Iron Fist show. That's why
Didn't we already do that?
And spin-off. You're right. A spin-off animated Iron Fist show, and I feel like that would be sick. Because I mean, I feel like. The character deserves more love than he gets. So, yeah, and I'm very excited for it. And it'd be cool to see a younger version of a character in a different time period. So
that would be interesting. So, like, it would be like he like if either he doesn't age or he's just like an old man in our time now because he's from
the Wakandan,
the older time. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We also got more news about a show that was also talked about when Disney Plus was very first came out. It's called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which originally was called Spider-Man Freshman Year. They said it was going to be a prequel to Tom Holland. They said, nope, it's not a prequel to Tom Holland anymore. It is our own solo story. It's in its own universe. So I think that's definitely interesting that they're kind of like, nope, we decided we're not going to do that. It's our own thing. They said the show is about Norman and Peter's relationship. It is kind of like a what if. Instead of Peter and Tony from the MCU, this will be a Norman Osborn and Peter Parker. So instead of Tony helping him, it'll be Norman helping him.
Is he still a bad guy?
I don't know. Yeah, they said there will be different. The main difference of Peter learning from Norman, he uses more questionable motives and methods.
So instead of being like Tony, where like if you really thought you needed that, or if you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it at all. Like instead of that, it's more like don't pull your punches.
Yeah. They also got a really big actor to play Norman Osborn, Coleman Domingo. He will voice Norman Osborn in this show. I don't really know a lot about him, but they also revealed some concept art for the show that just look really cool. And the show really looks
like old Spider-Man.
Yeah, it really looks inspired by Steve Ditko and that kind of animation style, and that's what really inspires me as an artist. And that some of those comic books I still go back to, and I go, if I could ever make a movie, I would make it look like this. So I'm a huge Steve Ditko fan, and I'm excited for this universe.
Like there's Spider-Punk and Iron Man and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I think this will be cool. This will be really cool. And I'm a huge Spider-Man guy, and so we need another Spider-Man animated show because I've watched all of them about 100 times. So I'm ready for this.
That's cool to see it like in the old like filter almost, and like, but it still be modern stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
So our last news is, I know we have to talk about this because we got some gamers that are subscribers and listeners. Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4 is called Absolute Doom. This will be about Doom, and the villain of this season will be Doctor Doom.
I figured that's where that was going.
Yeah. Dr. Doom is becoming a huge character. He's going to be a villain in,
it's 'cause
Avengers.
Of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, but video games take a while to develop, so they must have had this idea way before the MCU.
Or the MCU is like, hey, here's a sneak peek.
Oh, true, maybe, yeah. My friend Max, I want to get him on the podcast. He actually told me about this, and I was like, thank you, man, so much. He said that Marvel Fortnite will have Doctor Doom, Gwenpool, War Machine, Emma Frost, Shuri, Mysterio, Pilverine. It is a character that is a banana dressed up in a Wolverine costume.
Oh, my lantern.
And the trailer, dude, looks absolutely sick. It's actually pretty cool. Like, they have characters that are in the superhero suits, and they are bringing in characters and abilities and weapons that I'm actually kind of excited for. I'm not a huge Fortnite guy, but my friends are like, bro, you're a huge Marvel guy, you're a nerd, you gotta hop on. So I think this is super fun, and maybe I will hop on. I'm not sure. I'm not fully sure. But Emery, I think you might like at least the trailer, because you're not a huge gamer. But are you excited? Did this give you hope for the future of the MCU? Or are you still hesitant about it?
I'm still very hesitant. There's some things that I'm like excited for. Hope that they don't, do stuff that I'm like, really? Okay. But yeah, there's some stuff that I'm like, yes, I'm excited for, and gives me a little bit of hope.
Oh, sorry.
But there's still some stuff that I'm just like not super sure about. So
yeah, totally. So see you guys.